Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Chasing Daylight podcast. Can you believe we're up to 218 of these?
It's pretty amazing.
That's just wild to me. Every week we tag on another tally to that number, and just keeps on growing. So up to $218. Hopefully we have some new listeners this week. If so, thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you like what it is we do, which is basically just bullshit about golf. Sometimes we have some deep intellectual insight about the game. Sometimes not so much. But welcome back, Stat Guy. Hey, how you doing, sir? Been a while since you've been around.
Yeah, it's been a bit. I think it's been like 3 weeks.
My kid caught the 24-hour vomit bug, which sucked because she was in the running for Musical Theater Actress of the Year. She was nominated for that, and 3 a.m, she calls me. Never good when you get woken up by your kid calling you at 3 a.m. And she was like, "Are you okay with vomit?" And I was, you're in your deep sleep, like, what? Yeah, she was in the bathroom and had thrown up everywhere. Yeah, so I had to wake up from a deep sleep and get that, and then every 30 minutes for the next 4 hours she was puking. She tried to go. She went down there, made it about an hour and a half, and just couldn't do anything. So she had to withdraw, which sucked.
Yeah, bummer.
Because I think she could have given the couple girls who won first and second a run for their money. So, dude, hell of a prize. I know I'm going way off on a musical theater tangent here, but the winners, one male and one female actress, get to go to New York for 10 days.
They get foursomes at Oak Hill.
and study with some Broadway producers, musical conductors.
Wow.
And then they get to perform. They get to stay at the Juilliard campus, and then they get to perform a production that they work on all week at where the Lion King is held.
Wow, that's
cool.
I mean, it was a great opportunity, but now she's gonna just have to step it up and make an even bigger impression next year. So, all right, let's get on to the golf talk. Sorry, everybody. Please don't leave. That's not what we talk about. YouTube will be back this week. I get my office back tomorrow, and so I will be working on the YouTube videos, get some more content on that. I've kind of slacked big time on that with Hawaii and all the other shit that's going on, so looking forward to that. So, Jeremy, you were up in Utah this past weekend, got in a round of golf. How did that go?
It went pretty well, actually. I think I'm feeling pretty confident with the irons nowadays. So
good.
Still some stuff to work out, but the irons are feeling better than they have the last few weeks. I haven't had much confidence in them for my last couple of rounds, but after that round on Saturday, I feel much better. So looking forward to getting out there this weekend.
Little loop around the old course to boost the confidence, or what?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, so I played with a group of my dad's friends we play for quarters, and it was like the joke of the day was like, so how much money you guys play for in Vegas? Like, we're playing for quarters. It's like, so that was kind of funny, but it was good to get out to somewhere familiar. I played at the front tees with them, so my handicap was like +5.
Oh, geez.
And I shot even, which was really 5 over. So
yeah, 5 over.
Yeah, but it was good. It's nice to be able to have some confidence boosts before a tournament round. So yeah.
Dude, so I played in a charity event with Cyrus, and his dad met Mr. Jansen, which you put 100 people or you put 10 people in a lineup and guess which one is Cyrus's dad, you would not be able to pick, because nothing like appearance wise. I'm like, good Lord, Cyrus, is your mom 6'10"? Because your dad is not tall.
Your dad's Joe Pesci.
And talk about playing a short course for him, because he played from up a box like what everybody else did, but he's a long hitter. We started on 11, the par 5 that you tee off over the little
water.
lake,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
over the water. Yeah, and we had 170 in.
Wow.
Yeah, he hit a bomb, and the wind was blowing that direction. It didn't pick up until about 5 holes later, but it was still at his back. The game of golf is a lot easier when you have 170 yards in on par 5s.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Right? So the other two guys were Cyrus' dad and then the gentleman from Faith Lutheran that we were playing with hit their shots. Then Cyrus hits it to 12 feet, and then I hit it to 6 feet, and I'm like, I could play like this.
Yeah.
So driver was feeling really good, and so I kind of like what we did in our scrambles that we've played in. I'll go up there and try to put one out there in the middle, and then you big hitters just go at it. And so we were in decent shape most of the time. Cyrus got up there and just belted away. And I mean, we had, on one, we were greenside, just the left of the bunker. He can really hit the ball well when he's feeling it. So it was fun to watch. But great event. It was a charity event for Faith Lutheran, and they raised a ton of money. It's where his daughter goes, and his boys will eventually go. And a lot of good people out there. It was a pretty fun event. I think we finished 13 under, and we saw a couple scores were posted in the 40s, and I said, okay, I can leave now.
Yeah.
40s.
Fucking scramble tournaments.
Well, you get to buy the mulligans, buy a cheater
yeah,
shot,
that's
have
true,
somebody hit for you types of, and I told him, I said, the winner will be in the 40s. But it was for the tops. It was a cool format because it was a maximum 2 putt. So if you missed your first putt, everybody picks up and goes on to the next one. If everybody misses the first putt, and then we started at noon. It started at noon, and everybody had to turn their scorecards in at 4:30, no matter where you were on the golf course. And then they adjusted based on how many holes you played and handicap. I don't know how they did it, but anyways, but we got in 17 holes. But it was a fun format. It was a good time. They had some good sponsors, and it was a blast.
I mean, how do you guys really feel about the scramble tournaments?
It is what it is.
Now, are you one of the believers that you think they should have people out there actually checking in?
It was for charity.
I know, I get it, but I mean, some people take it really seriously, and it's it's an easy format to where you can cheat.
Oh yeah, we didn't buy any extra strokes. We didn't buy any mulligans, and we turned in a 13 under, and we were like, we're playing pretty good. I think we were 8 under through the 8 holes on the back because we didn't get back to play 10, and then just 5 under on the front 9. But we thought we played pretty well. But I told Sarah, I said, dude, it's a charity event.
Not gonna happen,
all the money is going to the school, so most of the people in attendance.
And there's people that don't care about that, and they're gonna cheat.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm getting at. Is on the scramble tournaments, people cheat, and it's how do you rectify that? I mean, you go into a scramble tournament, you know that you have to shoot 46 at least to have a chance.
Yeah, if it's one of those where you buy mulligans and can do all that crap. I mean, the straight up scrambles where you don't, you got to play your shots and you don't get mulligans and you don't get, to hire a long driver to hit your tee shot. And I mean, we whooped Derek Carr's ass.
Right. Yeah. And that was legit. That was very legit.
Very legit. And at the Lake Las Vegas Classic, Jeremy, myself, Trey, and Dan, we legit whooped everybody's ass in that too. And but that's you got to have a good scramble team. And I mean, I try to contribute as much as I can. I put it in the fairway and let you guys go at it.
Well, I mean, realistically, what do you think the percentages of people that fib their scores?
70%.
70%. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say around that.
At least. I guarantee you the tap in the lips that just barely don't go in.
was
Oh,
good, yeah.
that's good. That was good. That was
Yeah,
good.
That was
You
good.
know.
You made that one. Yeah, it sucks because there's no good. I mean, it's one of the most popular like charity work event kind of deals, and it's I don't know, not a big fan of them, but
I actually really love playing in scrambles. Maybe a couple a year. It's kind of fun to break up.
they're fun. They're fun.
It's just it. I mean, it was soul golfing, Joe.
Yeah,
it's the soul golfer tournament.
yeah.
Yep. There's some
nothing
drinks,
nothing matters. We had Carl's Jr. chicken spicy sandwiches they were giving away, and got a whole bunch of free Western bacon burger coupons, and it was just a laid back, relaxed environment, and I was able to work on some putting. I was able to work on some chipping. I was, the driver I'm hitting it probably better than I ever have in a long time. I'm excited about that, and it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
Revere, I played Revere on Tuesday with some VGN guys, Steven Jackson, Manu, and Lawrence. And Revere Lexi was playing tough. The rough is thick, back to its protective. Oh my God, thick rough. I posted a reel, and on 7, Steven was left of the bunkers, and it went in the bunker and bounced up into one of the hillsides, and that grass was probably 8 inches long. And it was fresh grass. It wasn't like old grass. Yeah, just ridiculous if you were in the rough. But greens were good, and I mean, it was windy as fuck. I mean, it was bad. I hit on the wind was blowing in our face the last holes. So the 13 is par 3, and then you have 15, 16, and 17 are all into the wind. And wow, I mean, they were in the wind. 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, 14 is the longer par 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I hit driver 5 wood.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was, and I think Manu had 8 iron from 120 that he hit one time. Yeah, I hit a 9 iron from 100 yards. I mean, there was some strong wind, but really good day out there.
How are the greens and bunkers?
Bunkers are good. A couple of them you can see they're getting a little washy to where the old rocks and shit's starting to come through. I think it's probably more in bunkers that aren't in play as much. Greenside bunkers, I still think they're really good. Nice. And the greens were, I mean, they're firm. They're firm. Fairways are good. I was pretty happy. It was a good day out there. Aliante is Aliante. I mean, it's green-ish, but the greens were pretty good. They like we played last time, Joe, and they weren't as receptive, a little bit firmer, but rolled great.
Yeah,
it's just so damn far.
Fun. I think Aliante is pretty fun.
Well, I went there a different way this time. I took the 15 all the way out to the 215. Now that they have that ramp, and it probably took 15 minutes off the drive time. So I plugged it in Waze and was looking at the time, and when I got to Cheyenne, it said 10 minutes, and I'm like, bullshit, I'm not 10 minutes away. And yeah, I was 10 minutes away. It was so try that next time if you head out there.
Yeah,
I did that once.
Yeah, I think I've done that before too.
Yeah.
I
was like, wait, I think I'm going the wrong direction, so then I have to recheck everything.
Well, it feels like you're going like way out there, and then
it feels like you're going so far out there.
Backtrack, but it's quicker.
Yeah,
a lot quicker. So, Joe, you got a little golf too on Friday.
I did get one round of golf in. Played the member guest out at TPC Summerlin. It was cool. I mean, Cinco de Mayo member guest situation, free tacos. I think I ate like 6 tacos, and every time Cart Girl came around, you can get 2 beers, so of Modelo, Dos Equis, or Corona. So it was fun. One thing that like really surprised me was, I mean, I know the greens were redone out there, but I don't remember them being as difficult as they were on Friday. Like, they were really difficult. I mean, it felt like you were playing Paiute, and it was a windy day too, but it felt like very firm. Like it took me 16 holes to realize like you got to play to the front of the green, and a lot of those greens have a lot of undulation, and you hit the front of the green, it just rolls left of the pin, and the pin's on the right side of the green, and you're on the left side of the green, and you got a 60-foot putt. I don't remember it being as difficult as it played on the green. So, and I don't know if it's what they did on the redo or the reno, but it was a lot tougher than I remember.
How much was wind a factor, though? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did they actually like replace the greens, or they?
So they changed the grass. I'm pretty sure is what they did.
Yeah, I think they just put in I don't think they changed the undulation or anything. I just think they put in a new grass. Let the old grass die off.
They're new greens.
Yeah,
I mean the same shape and undulation.
Kind of like what Desert Pines did.
Yeah, from what I understand is they're the same greens. They're just different grass. But man, they played very different than I remember, and it's been probably like year and a half, 2 years since I played there. So, I don't know how well I remember it, but I don't recall those greens having as much undulation and being as firm as they were. Like, I just don't remember that, but they could have, and maybe I just had a really good day out there. The wind played a pretty large factor. It played a big factor. I didn't think it would, like, as much as like a Paiute wind, but it did definitely. They removed a bunch of trees in some areas. I noticed a lot of more open areas than used to have, like on that par 5. What is that? 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, or 13 par 5.
Yes.
All the trees behind that are gone. Like
behind the green?
Yep, there's no trees back there.
Wow.
And it really, like, I don't recall it having as many runoffs, and the par 4 11, how that collection area behind the green, like most balls end up there. Most of those holes have spots like that, and I didn't know that until like this past week.
Because you found all of them.
Yeah, I mean, and most of my group did too. So it's just, there's a lot of, like, you hit the back of green, it bounces and it's gone, and it's in collection area. Like, it just, I don't recall it being as difficult as it was. So obviously a lot more respect to the PGA players and how they play it, because I think it's a course that you need to, it made me realize, like, you need to know how those greens are a lot more. Like,
yeah,
I played it really well.
I wonder how much they've changed since the tournament last year, because I know they came out of overseed and the new greens and went right into tournament play. So now that it's had a winter, it's had a spring, and those roots are a little bit more established, I wonder how much that has changed it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Dude, don't get me wrong, I'd love to see 10 under at the Shriners.
Yeah,
not 27.
Yeah, totally. Of course. I mean, and I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be this fall season for Shriners, like what the score would be.
Well,
but
you better hope that they don't shoot 27.
Yeah, a little punch in the face there. But
Joe needs some game improvement irons.
Yeah, I don't. It took me. It was one of those things where it was like a shock. Like, I don't recall it being this difficult, and it took me a long time to realize how to play it. And I'm sure some of the guests out there, like, or the members out there, know, like, okay, you play short of this green no matter what. Like, you play short of this green no matter what. Don't play long here. And it just might be one of those, like, situations where it's like, the more you play the course, you understand it a little bit better. And I don't recall it being as difficult as it was. And that could just be me, being a long time ago, and maybe I had a good day that day, but it played way more difficult than I remember. And that could be on me, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. It's always fun getting out to TPC Summerlin, because obviously PGA stops out there, and it's fun to test your skills. And
what tees did you guys play from?
It was the combo tees. So, like, basically played the VGK tees, shout out Golden Knights, and then the Raiders tees. It was kind of like a combo of that.
Interesting.
And I felt like after the first 3 holes, everything was into the wind too. So that that didn't make it easy.
Did you start on at 1 or did you?
We started on 10.
10?
Yeah.
It's not a bad way to start, though.
Almost drove the green. Just got caught up in a bunker.
Big hitter. I get him.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Yeah.
Did you birdie the hole?
I did not, no. Because I pitched it to the front of the green and ran out to 30 feet. Yeah.
You get some zip core wedges back in your bag.
And it's one of those things that, I haven't played greens like that in a long time either. Like those greens are PGA Tour greens, so they're different. They are different.
Yeah.
Jeremy, do you notice a big difference between Utah greens and here greens?
Yeah. The grasses are definitely different. A lot of poana up in Utah, actually.
Really?
I'm not a golf course, like, whatever the term, scientific term.
Aficionado?
Yeah, so I don't know like all the grasses and all that stuff, but it's definitely different, and there is a lot of poana up there. Greens are typically a lot softer there, of course, because they get a little more moisture and coming out of winter and stuff. They've had a huge amount of snow, so everything's still a little soggy. But yeah, greens are definitely different. I think the courses I would play, they're typically mountain courses, so they're a lot of big slopes, and the greens are kind of back to front. Whereas here, it just depends on where the course is. So, yeah, definitely softer. They're not as fast. I think the greens here are faster in general, but there's a few out there that can get really quick in the summer, like scary fast. But
yeah, when we were playing Summerlin, I was like, I felt like I was playing Donald Ross greens, kind of. Like they were running off, like the runoffs and all that shit. I was like, fucking Rost,
I've been Rost.
Yeah.
Got who was
Donnied.
Donnie Rost. Any other changes going on out there that you noticed?
Nothing new. I showed up pretty late. I didn't get on the practice putting green. I hit a few shots on the driving range, but no, nothing else I really noticed. I feel like it's been a long time since I've been out there, so I wouldn't be the best
October.
person to find it, find the changes, but definitely felt different to me. I don't know what that was, but it felt different for sure.
So the drivable, is it 15, right? The drivable par 4?
Yep.
Yeah.
They changed the bunkers a little bit on there. I know.
Yeah,
that.
I know they removed some trees so they could put in that platform that was back there that hosted one of the vodka bars. Was that noticeably different?
The bunkers looked a little different to me around the green, but that backside bunker, but no, it wasn't drastic, not at all. Like that hole still is a really good hole. It looks so different than what it is off the tee, and that's what I like about that hole is what you see at the tee is not what you see when you're on the hole.
Yeah,
it's a great hole.
Well, I can't wait to get back out there. We're gonna get Cyrus, get us back out there. Just
you drop that gas fee a little bit.
God, man, jeez. Well, even Steven Jackson was telling us that the Spanish Trail guest rate is stupid high right now too, and it's not in great shape.
What is it? What is it right now?
I don't want to say and be wrong, but it was over 130, I think.
Wow.
Which that's a lot of money.
That's tough.
Now, if it's primo pure, I get it, but
yeah,
I don't know.
What's so high is like if you can play there, what is it, like
250, I think.
250.
I believe it's 250, but I could be wrong.
What about LVCC?
It was
I'm gonna assume it's like 120. No,
I think it went to 150.
Wow.
But would you rather pay that than? I mean, you may not want to say that on the podcast, but I mean, LVCC is typically in like really good shape.
Yeah.
It's in really good shape, and I love that golf course.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like obviously golf has exploded like in pricing and consumership and like it's. I mean, you get to go play a private club, obviously, and it's worth a value. There's value there for sure, but I don't think it justifies like more than and for some of us that have played the courses for less, does it justify another $60? I don't know. If it's your first time, then yeah, maybe it's worth the 160 or the 180 because it might be your first time out there. But to me, to play golf for more than $100, it's got to be like recognizable and it's got to be a bucket list type of course. And like, would I pay 300 to go play Shadow Creek tomorrow? 100%.
Oh, hell yeah.
Would I pay 200 to go play So High again for 200? Yeah, 100%, because I feel like that's worth it. Would I pay 130 to play Spanish Trail? No, I would pay 100. But it's like one of those things. It's like, because golf is it's very subjective in a way too, like what you're willing to play or pay to play golf. And
Absolutely.
if it's your only round that month and you get to play this exclusive club or this club that you haven't played, like there's so many factors in it. But I feel like golf should not cost more than $100 a round unless it's one of those like more special rounds, or if you're traveling, more than $100 is totally acceptable.
Yeah, it's different because you're traveling.
Exactly. But for a local like private club, like in town, like a PGA Tour stop, yeah, I kind of understand 160, but I'm not paying that. But I kind of understand it for a private club in town that has a lot of history, like LVCC. 120, that might be like it's tough, so it's a lot of money. It costs a lot of money to play golf nowadays. And thankfully we know people in areas and we're able to, reach out to people, and we have a network of people, and we got Vegas Golf Network, which we play in tournaments where it also makes the value worth it to where you're putting money into a pot where you can win money back. So it's tough, man. It's the great reset will happen at some point. I don't know when, but it just it's continuing to grow. It's crazy. Like,
I was telling Lawrence when we were playing Revere, I said, I used to come out here after work and I'd get off at 4, I'd get here by 4:20, tee off at 4:25, and it was $19 after 3. And you can't get that at a 9-hole putt-putt course.
yeah.
It's good. Just wait till Pop Stroke opens, I mean, it's insane what it used to be to what it is now.
Even in like 2 years, even 2 years ago, it's just changed so drastically.
When I first moved here, I used to take Zane out in the afternoons to Revere. It was like $30.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't even charge me for him. It was just
Right.
$30. We'd go out. We played 18 a couple times. Most of the time we'd quit after 12 or whatever. No one else was there. Now it's like,
but it's no big deal. It's a $30. You're spending time with your kid for 3 hours for $30. That's $10 an hour. Where else are you going to do that in Vegas?
Yeah. Now it's probably 50.
69.
And tee times aren't available even in the afternoon.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
It's wild,
Yeah.
man.
I got in touch with Tice Monday morning and said, "You got anything tomorrow around 10 o'clock?" He's like, "Booked," and I'm like, "Okay, cool." And Manu said the guys from Putwell wanted to play, so he told them our time. They called, no spots available.
Yeah,
it was like 15 minutes later.
It's crazy. I mean, there is a lot of people playing golf nowadays, and it's wild. I mean, and we got golf courses closing, and but you go to other parts of the country, and I mean, you can go walk a course for $15, for $20.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, Vegas is just one of those hotbeds where
it stinks that the water is going to be such a big issue for us, because I think right now this town could totally support the 5 courses we lost plus another 5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Without any issues whatsoever. It's good for the owners of the golf courses, because they know if you want to live and play, you're going to have to pay.
Yeah. It's a good time to be a golf course owner. That's for sure.
Yes, it is. Which Coyote Springs needs to get busy.
Yeah.
Coyote Springs needs to get busy.
Yeah. It's a good time to be a golf course owner. That's for sure. Yes. Yes, it is. Which Coyote Springs needs to get busy.
Yeah.
and build a couple more courses out
Yeah.
there because
we
there's
need one
nowhere
more,
else.
yeah.
There's nowhere else that anybody can do anything.
I mean, in Coyote Springs is one of those spots where you can pretty much get a tee time when you need to, for the most part. You know, because people aren't willing to drive an hour, but for the diehards, they are. And for a good course, they're going to drive out there. And hopefully they build that second one, because I want to see it. I know it's good. I know it's 3-4 years down the road, but
if we could get Prim back, and then we'd have the four corners covered. We'd have Mountain Falls and Pahrump, Coyote Springs, Boulder Creek, Prim. All the four corners outside the valley, we got a route. Paiute, I guess, when we can get the good rates, but man, it sucks. So hey, if anybody's out there lives in an area where golf is booming, as it is in our town, and driving prices up and tee times are hard to get, let us know. We want to hear about it. Lob a comment in the wherever you listen, or where you can leave comments. Instagram, Twitter. Here, if you hop on here and chat with us live, I'd love to hear from more people about what's going on in other parts of the country.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I know we're moving on from this, but Utah, it's the same as here.
Is it really?
It's crazy. There is a ton of new golfers, and back before I moved here, it was like maybe $30 to play, and you can walk maybe 10 more, maybe $40 with a cart for 18 on a weekend. Now I think it's like 60, and it's packed. Like, it's tough to get tee times. It's impossible. And they're also not closing courses. They're actually building more.
Yeah.
So
they've got water.
Not really.
Well, more than us.
They get the water first.
Yes.
Yeah. So, speaking of courses, though, Black Desert's opening.
I was just gonna say, do you guys want to go pay $250 and play it?
I see, and that's a situation where I would pay $250.
All right, let's book it. Let's figure it out. Let's book a time.
Yeah,
and let's go play it.
I mean, paying expensive prices for a golf course is it's so subjective, and it's like in a situation where like Black Desert is opening up in St. George. Like, I've laid a little bit of eyes on it. It looks incredibly sick, and it's like $250 to play a course that I've never played that looks like it's going to be really dope. Like, I'm willing to do that, but if we ever try and go play it again, I'm not paying $250.
No. This is
at that point it's like $100.
This is a welcome to Jurassic Park moment.
Exactly. Like, yeah, welcome to the film. You get your credits, you get your logo ball, you get your polo, whatever the case may be, and but that place does look really dope from the glimpses I've seen from the road, because I passed by, and it looks, those bunkers are white. It looks incredible.
So much color contrast with the green, the lava, the red rocks, the white sand.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, it just looks breathtaking.
Yeah. So that's something I would be interested in. 100%.
Okay, well we'll figure that out and get that knocked out, because I'm Jones and get up there. Every year I put together a list of the new courses that I've played.
We need to reach out to the I know I have those cards somewhere. I reached out to when I stopped by, I had their marketing manager's card. That we need to reach out to them and get them on the podcast. I think it's in Katie's car.
I had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 last year. Played 12 new courses last year. It definitely helped going on the trip to Georgia and Alabama. That definitely helped. I know, Joe, you have a big list because
I don't even know.
You don't even know?
I have 6 logo balls on my desk that I have no room for, so I know that.
But I only have 2 so far this year, and 1 just happened in Hawaii. So, new courses, gotta get another one on that list.
Can you guess the 6 logo balls I have on my desk that I don't have room for?
Pine? Do 4 of them have pines in their name?
2 of them do.
Oh,
Tobacco.
Tobacco.
Yep, that's 3. So Mid Pines, Pine Needles, Tobacco Road.
Oh no,
Macklemore. There's another one that has a
Southern Pines.
Southern Pines is one of them.
Is Macklemore one of them?
No.
Is Sweetens Cove one of them?
No, I didn't play Sweetens Cove.
Oh yeah, you did.
I did not play Sweetens Cove. I do not have a logo ball from Sweetens Cove. I played 1.5 holes, maybe.
I played is what I heard. That's all I heard. I played.
I played 1 full hole.
What's the other logo balls?
The other 2 are the Cradle and Winter Park 9.
Oh, WP9.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that you're saying that's from this year?
That's
Or
from
just in
last
last
year.
year?
Or well, I mean, those are the logo balls I have on my desk that I don't have any room for.
Okay.
So Macklemore
Gotcha.
has a spot, and other ones have a spot. And actually, there's a logo ball I still need to grab, which I didn't get one while I was there, which blows my mind. So
Goat Hill Park.
no, that was Southern Hills Plantation, the one in Tampa.
Oh, the one you played with Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan and Kelvo. Yeah, I didn't grab a logo ball, so I'm missing a logo ball.
Oh no.
Yeah, got to figure it out.
It was hilarious. I went into Aliante after we got done playing because I got a list of the poker chips that I need to get from courses that I've played that I didn't get while I was there. And so I checked. I'm like, oh, Aliante's on the list. Let me go in there. So I'm looking around. The guy goes, can I help you? I go, you got any poker chips? He goes, yeah, right there. I said, and it was one of the big metal ones that's got the magnet ball clip in the middle or ball marker in the middle. I said, no, I want one of the plastic ones. He goes, those suck. They don't last. You need one of these. And I said, well, actually, I collect them and I put them in a box on my office desk so they last forever. Try to upsell me on some fucking trinket.
They don't last.
Because they don't last.
Yeah.
Again, if anybody is out there that has had a plastic poker chip not last, let me know. I'm dying to see that. Yeah. Good Lord, people. But yeah, Kona Country Club didn't have a poker chip. Aliante doesn't have poker chips. The hell, man.
Yeah.
I like the poker chips. They're VGN inspired.
Yeah. Funny things we collect.
Too many.
Just sit. They
too
just
many
sit
things.
in a box somewhere.
Or on a shelf.
Yeah.
Or in a or in a pen cup. Full of abandoned pen goodness. All right, let's get into some VGN talk here. But first, let's have Matt Gontarek tell us what's going on this weekend.
What's up, everybody? Matt Gontarek back again with the Chasing Daylight podcast. A big upcoming weekend. We got our Mesquite Classic going on at the Conestoga Golf Club. It's a 2 p.m. shotgun start. That's going to be a breezy couple of days, Saturday and Sunday. And Saturday, I know it starts in the afternoon. A few pop-up showers are possible, believe it or not, for Mesquite, but mainly over the mountains. So don't really have to worry about any washout conditions, but just be prepared for a few pop-up showers maybe sneaking in. Mainly going to be dry, but still a slight chance, I think, at the beginning of the weekend. Also, Mother's Day, a slight chance for showers around the Las Vegas Valley. Mainly over the mountains, too, for Mother's Day, but it's going to be a hot one. 90s in the forecast for the upcoming weekend.
Yeah, finally, some heat and some, maybe some rain. Yeah. Tell you, there's some really scenic views out there. So with the clouds and maybe some rain coming down, it could be pretty entertaining. But we have a 2 p.m. shotgun. It's a forward shotgun, which. This is something new. I've never participated in a forward shotgun. So we start at holes 1 through 7. The gross guys will start on 7 and 6, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 back is where the other players will fit in. And so the big dogs will, be ahead of the sled leading the way, which means a lot of them get to start on one of the most challenging holes on that golf course, which is always a fun thing.
Yeah, I enjoyed your the flyover pictures or the
like
course
that?
overview. That was nice.
They're hopefully we can, in years to come, we'll have some Mike the Video Wizard drone footage of course previews that we're playing, which would be amazing. But So if you're part of the VGN and you're joining us out there Saturday and you have not played this golf course, you are in for a treat. It is an absolute blast. It's in my opinion, one of the better courses in the Mesquite area. It's real golf. It's not video game golf. It's very challenging. The gross guys are tipping it out at close to 7,200 yards. Next group, the spades, is at 67. And then that's the spades, and the hearts and then the clubs will be at 63. So it's going to be a challenge for everybody. We got 48 players making our way out there. I did a limited field on this one just because 2 p.m. start in Mesquite, not exactly, the 10-minute drive to Revere for me or for, other people. That's not a close golf course for anybody. I don't think we have any Mesquite members. So, yeah, it's going to be a good time, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. It's going to be good to get out there again. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised about that course that haven't played. I was thinking Trey is probably going to really like it, and it may be another course that he drives to play somewhat often.
Yeah, I think I don't know if Julian's played it, but I'm sure he's gonna really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I know, has Favalora played it?
I don't think so.
Maybe I should poll everybody and ask them who's played or not. It's going to be a good time, and I'm looking forward to seeing the standings after this event, because we've had a lot of players, averaging 56, 57 players per tournament. This is only 48, so there's a lot of people that aren't in this, that are in the points race, that aren't going to get points for this. So it's going to be interesting. And then to follow this up, we have pretty much a sold out event at Siena, and then another small field event at Prim. So points are going to be at a premium as we wind down the season. We're almost halfway through, so it's crazy to think it's mid-May already. I mean,
yeah,
it seems like it sucks because the way Vegas people think about the year is when it's cold. And then when it's cold, it's winter, early beginning of the year, and then it's warm, and then it's hot, and then it cools off, and then it's cold. That's where you're at. Well, it was cold a couple weeks ago, so it doesn't feel like May. It still feels like February, March.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why is the sun leaking in my back window right now? Oh, because it's almost halfway through the year.
Yeah.
Normally it's behind the house.
Close. Close to it.
So El Dan sent us a little message about what happened at the golf course in Adelaide for the Live event. Did you hear about this, Jeremy? No? Damage to the Grange. Damage to the Grange Club by Live Golf means it is out of action for 6 months. And furious members say they don't want the international tournament back.
Wow.
Yeah, I did not read the article, but yeah.
I got it up right now. It says, according to the Adelaide-based news outlet, The Advertiser, some members at the Grange are upset over the repercussions of hosting the fledgling league's event. Nice golf digest. Most notably, the deterioration of the course caused by all the beer around the watering hole and temporary installations that resulting in 6 weeks with a compromised course. With club fees that exceed $4,000 a year, separate from the initiation fee of $7,500, several members have been vocal over the displeasure at the way Live event was run and what has followed ever since.
Man.
Wow, we are not a charity. We're a private club. We don't think we've been compensated adequately. We're going to have a mess for 6 months, and then it's going to be back again.
Wow.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you gotta suck it up and get what you pay for.
Do you think TPC Scottsdale deals with something like this?
Well, they have that green initiative. Then everything is
right, and they've done it for a long time. So it's like, do they have it? Do they have it under wraps? Do they know what they need to do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Does it take time?
I'm sure. Just like when we had Patrick Lindsay on, and he says, the tournament's over, but my job is just starting.
Yeah.
Because I got to prepare for next year. I'm sure the Scottsdale team is like, all right, how can we make this better, safer, more fun, louder, more people? I'm sure they're on it, but I mean, they've been doing it for
down
so
to
long.
a science.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just shows you that.
And I'm sure Liv doesn't have like the backing of like a team, like a a restoration team that comes behind a tournament. Like probably PGA probably has like a team of people that come behind and be like, hey, this is assess the situation and how to rebuild, if you
Well,
will.
and the tours at a lot of TPC courses.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm sure they have a network that is specifically designed to make sure that the members starting on Tuesday have a golf course that they can play when the tournament's gone.
Yeah, and if the members are displaced, they can, go to other TPCs and probably get, compensation in some sort of fashion. Yeah,
So
interesting.
I didn't watch it at all, but was that like the biggest live event so far? Like as far as people going and craziness and all that?
I would say so. I don't know for sure, but I would say so.
Yeah,
I mean, it sounded pretty crazy, and maybe Australians like to party a little more, but maybe
I still can't believe Brooks Koepka made that hole in one.
It wasn't Brooks.
I know, I'm kidding.
Dude, the people drinking out of the shoe and all that was like kind of disturbing.
I don't understand the shoey.
I don't
understand
get
the shoey
at all.
I don't like that.
I'm curious. Is that a down under thing? Is the shoey like an Australian thing?
Hey, we're putting our listeners on point here. We still haven't found out why shit closes on Wednesdays in Hawaii. Nobody came back with that. And so now anybody listening in Aussie can let us know what drinking out of the shoe is.
I don't. Yeah, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I got a hole in one, maybe like I said, Joe, if when not like I said, but when we were in Georgia, if you would have taken your beer and poured it in your shoe and handed it to me, maybe in the moment, I'm like, yeah. Then an hour later, I'm probably wondering what the fuck did I just do?
Yeah,
so I can see, but it seemed like a tradition based on
that's what it felt like. I don't know. I mean, it felt
The
like it's a
shoey-
thing.
The shoey is particularly popular, but not limited to Australia.
Oh,
is that what it is called? The shoey?
The shoey.
Yeah,
Look
the
at that guy
shoey. It's called the
coming
shoey.
I've got a bunch of coworkers in Australia. I'm gonna hit them up tomorrow.
Yeah, let's
I'm
find
gonna
out
ask
what that
him.
shoey
Have
is
you
about.
ever done a shoey?
And why? Find out why they did the shoey.
Yeah.
If they have.
Actually, there's a pretty good Wikipedia article on it, like the
Oh,
history of the
Jesus.
shoey. It's pretty detailed. Like Australia is the first country in the description, so I'm gonna say they probably started it, but
Does it say why you do a shoey?
it's historically been performed as both a bringer of good fortune and a hazing punishment or a party piece.
Interesting.
I think it started with ladies drinking champagne out of a lady's slipper became a symbol of decadence in the early 20th century. I think it's just gone downhill from that, really.
Wow.
Feet are nasty, man.
Yeah, just look up the shoey. Drinking from shoes on Wikipedia. You'll find it.
There's got to be a YouTube about that.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I think of just drinking out of a shoe. I think of Beer Fest.
That's why the grass is all fucked up, because all the shoes were soaked with fucking liquid. Like, they were just stomping all over the place.
Stomping all
and it
over
just
in wet,
screwed everything up.
Wet, soggy Foster shoes.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Beer Fest. Speaking of Beer Fest, Broken Lizard, the powerhouse behind Super Troopers, laid another duck with Quasi. If you're on Hulu, they have a new movie. Just trash. Just stop making movies. Go back to Tacoma FD. That was actually a funny show. Just garbage. I mean, I fell asleep 3 times. Just not funny and really bad. So, yeah, there's your movie review of the week.
Thank you.
Thanks.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Sorry. The boot in Beer Fest made me think of that. Sorry. Drinking out of the boot. La boot. Let's see. Anything else you guys want to go over? Jeremy, you've been gone a couple weeks. You gotta be itching at something. We haven't had a deep thoughts with Stat Guy in a while.
I was trying to think of something earlier today, but You know what? We should talk about your little speed training.
Oh, that was going to be a
Yeah.
surprise.
Oh, you can edit this out then.
Okay. No, it's okay. I can talk about the speed training.
Because this is interesting. I haven't actually looked into this before.
Yeah. So Fades and Fairway, Tyler Munns, he was Fade and Fairway. He was doing it, and I was intrigued by the app. So he had a discount code and ordered one. And my dumbass, not researching it enough, I thought it was all included, the app and the stick and the measuring. But no, you actually need a swing speed measuring device in order to do the calculations of your improvement. And the one that I had was absolute trash and garbage. And so I gave theirs, Ripstick, a try, and it seems pretty good. It seems pretty effective. So I really banged up my knee Tuesday playing at Revere. And then because Joe was sick and couldn't come to 5-iron, Dan and I had to play 18 holes basically. And so I was just wrecked. And so I didn't start it last week, but feeling better now. And so did my first training session with it today. And what I love about it is the app integration. It's really nice. They have some warm-up exercises, and it's all YouTube videos that shows you how to do the warm-up exercises. And then you go into the training, and there's YouTube videos that show you about the training. And then it says start, and you do the swing, and then it counts down. It says, okay, swing. And then it tells you switch, your non-dominant side. And the thing that's unique about the Ripstick is there's 3 weights that you can slide in place on the end of it that makes it heavier or lighter. So it's basically like 4 sticks because you've got no weights, 1, 2, or 3 weights. And so you start off with 1 weight. And then you add a second. And then as you progress, you go 2 weights, add a third, and then it's 3 weights. So there's some progression that can be made. But it was really nice, interactive. I like how it gives you a schedule and it tells you, hey, come back in a couple days and do your next phase. It keeps progress of your speed and shows your improvement. So, hey, we'll see what happens. Especially after playing with Cyrus. I mean, one of the things that's going to help me with my game is adding some distance. It's so much of a thinking game when you have shorter irons into greens, and versus, I'm this far out, I got to hit a UDI or a hybrid, because there's really not. I mean, I'm not that accurate with those longer clubs, so it's a little bit more difficult to plan where you want to attack a green at from 200 plus yards. So yeah, if I can increase, and one of my goals this year was to increase my swing speed with the big stick. So I'm staying true to that and going to see what happens. So, with the other speed training sticks, the 3, I don't know what they're called, but the 3 different ones, you're kind of on your own. They walk you through some of the training exercises, but you're kind of on your own to plan your training schedule. And so I really liked how the app integration helps you plan that out. So never know, maybe hitting some 300 bombers. No, that's not gonna happen, but hey, if I can get up to, 102, 103 mile an hour versus, the 96, 97 that I'm currently at. Hey,
help. Yeah.
That's going to add some yardage. So,
yeah, cool.
And
I'm excited to see how it turns out.
Yeah. And I think I've really got the driver's swing dialed in. I had a little revelation on the range Tuesday and put that in play Tuesday, and I played pretty well, and then repeated that at 5-iron and then Friday. So got that going for me. Hey, the tournament this week, we can get into that.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that.
We didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
Jeremy and I won the week last week with our picks. Joe Sahith did not have himself a great tournament. And then I laid another duck in an elevated event or designated event with Jason Day. I'm like, oh, he was the number one pick on the hot going into a tournament on Golf Digest or whatever, and or PGA.com power rankings. He was number one, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take him. And then he,
Yeah, I stopped reading those after a while. That's why I sucked so bad the last couple of years. That was my sole information.
that's where you're going, your
Yeah.
go-to. That's good to know. So this week it is the Byron Nelson, right? Is that where we're at? Yep. Spieth pulled out with a wrist injury.
Yeah, it sucks.
Which, I mean, he played some bad golf.
He did.
His driver was a mess. So hopefully it is a legit injury and he can get healed up and get back to his playing better ways. Ricky had a better final round than who'd you have? You had Justin Thomas.
Yeah, JT.
So they tied. So I'll go ahead and take my first pick when Joe is done reading the odds.
Yeah, favorite Scotty Scheffler 3.25 to 1, Terrell Hatton 12 to 1, Jason Day 16 to 1, Tom Kim 18 to 1, Hideki 20 to 1, along with King Hoon Lee, Matt Kuchar 28 to 1, Adam Scott 33 to 1, Tom Hoagie, Seamus Power, Siwoo Kim, Aaron Wise, Minwoo Lee 40 to 1, Mab Neely, Taylor Montgomery, Steven Yeager 45 to 1, Adam Hadwin 50 to 1. Joe Bramlett 65 to 1, Justin Suh 75 to 1, Garrick Higo 85 to 1, Harry Hall 100 to 1, Dylan Wu 100 to 1, Eric Van Rooyen 125 to 1, Harry Higgs 200 to 1, Carson Young 250 to 1, all the way at the bottom. 301, you got Brandon Matthews, Cameron Percy, Kevin Roy, David Michulizzi, Hank Lebioda, Matthias Schwab, Kevin Tway, Martin Laird, and Russell Knox.
Dude, Ben Crane, Bo Van Pelt, and DA Points are all in this event.
Yeah.
That's some long shots. Long shots. Let's see. You know what? I really like the way Terrell played, but I don't know if transitioning from South Carolina to Texas is going to be. That's where it's in Texas, right? Byron Nelson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dallas, Fort Worth area.
Is it congressional?
It's Colonial, right?
Colonial. That's
no,
what I'm
not
thinking.
Colonial.
What is it?
It's a
TPC course?
I think so. Let me see.
Stat guy, come on.
It's one that Eric talked to us about. I was asking if he's played. Craig Ranch, TPC Craig Ranch.
TPC Craig Ranch. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is right there. Okay, so I'm gonna go the Texas Homer. I'm gonna go high on the board and take Scotty Scheffler.
Cool.
That's a good one. That's a good pick, I think.
4.5 to 1. Is that what it was, Joe?
3.25 to 1.
3.25.
3.25 to 1.
Big money. Big money.
Yeah. Well, since Jordan pulled out, I was definitely going with Jordan. He's the hometown favorite.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go Tom Kim.
All right, 18 to 1.
All right, Joe. Who's your dark horse pick? Because you're always.
I mean, it's like Scotty Scheffler's probably going to win this. Probably, right? So I'm going to go to, where was he? I think he went 200 to 1, Harry Higgs. Let's get the first win. Let's get the first win for Harry Higgs.
That course would be damaged by him alone if he won that.
Dude, for somebody who doesn't have his tour card, he is in a lot of events.
He is. I mean, he's likable. I mean, he probably gets a lot of sponsors exemptions,
Ocean Spray is funding his
totally.
entry fees.
Yeah, that's TPC Summerlin for him right there.
Yeah. Let's see anything. David Micheluzzi, the 2023 PGA of Australia Order of Merit winner, will make his PGA Tour debut. Micheluzzi has won twice this year in Australia.
Let me just clarify. I don't think Harry Higgs is going to win. I would like him to win.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
don't lose money because I said Harry Higgs.
I would love to see that.
Well, I don't think anybody's
bet on
putting.
him,
I don't think
you will
anybody's
win a
putting more than
fortune.
$10 on Harry Higgs. How's the hockey betting going, Joe? Are you still on a run?
I would have been. I'm still up. I'm winning. I thought I put the bet in last night for the Kraken and the over, and I did not put the bet in. I had to feed a child, and it got away from me. But yeah, I'm still doing well.
Priorities, man.
I'm still playing off that $40 I put in 3 weeks ago, and I've cashed out like $800. So
boom,
and I still have a bunch of money to play with. So.
When any update on the shirts?
No, I was going to email them tomorrow, actually, just to ask.
Find out.
Yeah,
I'm trying to see what's on your hat, but it's just like 1 pixel. The entire view that I see is like 1 pixel.
Hey, I got the webcam up. Like, it's not the Mac webcam.
Yeah, it's your internet though. You need to update. You need to upgrade. You're a family man now. You got 4 people living in that house. You need to update that
4 streamers soon.
Yeah.
That's whatever. I mean, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect.
That's all that matters. I'm gonna edit it so it's permanent pixelization on the YouTube. It'll be crystal clear on YouTube. So
it will be. It will be.
Which is funny. So, hey, one other thing I want to talk about real quick with my tinkering, because I have done a little tinkering this week. I wrapped up my testing and analysis of the Goat Grip. Fine product. Very happy for them. It's very different. It's very unique. I've had a couple different people put in their hands and roll it, and I mean, it's something you need to try to see if you like, and if you get an opportunity, I highly recommend that. But over the next couple weeks, I'll have that up on the Breakfast Ball, so you can check out the reviews on that, and I may do a little YouTube about it too, because it's pretty interesting and unique, and more than photos will probably help with review on that. But I just got in the UST All-In that fits the new GT Max putter. It's the one that looks like a Stroke Lab, where it's got the steel, and then because it is an over the hosel neck on that GT Max, not a bucket, so couldn't do the all graphite. Put that on today with a Garson grip, and man, really, really good. I was concerned that it was going to be like a Stroke Lab, which is a twist head, is my nickname for that, because it has so much torque. It's very, very flexible, but it feels just as good as the all graphite one. So hats off to UST for that. And I also have the new Dart V shafts coming in. Another new line of Dart shafts. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to build those up in, but I'm really intrigued to try those out. So that's it on the tinkering front. If you saw the video I posted, I had made 19 putts in a row with the GT Max and that Goat Grip putter or grip. It was funny. I said in the comment, I said, after I got done recording, I said, let's see how many I can run off, and missed the very next one. So it ended at 19. But today I went out there and I made 59 of 60 from 10 feet and made 32 in a row. So yeah, pretty stoked about the way that and I rolled it great at Aliante. I mean, really good. On the short par 3, I hit it to 10 feet, and then Cyrus hit it a little bit past the flag, and it rolled back, and he was 3 feet. And so he walked up, and I said, I don't care. I know you're closer, but I'm making this putt, and trained it. And he's like, love the confidence, buddy.
Yeah.
rolling that thing really well. So I'm looking forward to, hopefully, knock on some wood, the greens at Conestoga are ready for us for a great tournament. I'm looking forward to that. So I'll shut up. And Joe, if you want to take us home, please do so.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Chasing Daylight podcast. We're here every single week, talk about golf and VGN and beer. I don't know. What else did we talk about tonight? I don't know. But yeah.
Musical theater awards.
Yeah, musical theater. Yeah, the new musical theater award, the Chasing Daylight podcast coming soon. Gonna have an offshoot. But
hey, my daughter will be proud of me for mentioning her.
Tell your friends, tell your family. We're here every single week for you, and we want you to interact with us. And hopefully we'll see you next week for another episode of the Chasing Daylight podcast. Later.